You know, we talk about how light our retail pads are. If someone wants to compete, we'll build them a pad that's lighter. So, but we care about the looks too. So the G-Netik's real square, real rigid, so it gives you almost a butterfly effect. So you have a butterfly feature on the hybrid pad, so you're combining the best of both worlds on this G-Netik pad. You could look at what Ray Emery, Eddie Lack, all those guys this year, they all wore this pad, and they are the definition of a butterfly goalie. So they took out both brakes, and they made this straight as can be, and I mean, that's the pad that they were in, and it worked for them. Companies can replicate pads or make something similar to what a guy wants, but gloves are so particular. And this is just that glove that ended up being a dream for us. Whenever someone puts on, how it closes, how it feels, the overall just look of it. If you look at Kiprusoff and you look at a lot of these goalies, they have that finished spec style. And one of the biggest things that Yuko always said was, you know, the 0G had that big beveled thumb and that thumb piece that came out. And he said, that's stupid. Why would you want the pucks to hit that and come out? Obviously a blocker is a blocker, but, you know, we have two different options. You know, compared to the Sub-Zero, which Bruins asked about, you know, that's in the middle of the placement here. This is up, it's shifted differently, so you have less double coverage on the stick. It has a different balance point. You have two options. We never used to offer two different balance points like that. As I tell the kids all the time, you have to be in a proper chest protector, because what that thing is to do is cover surface area. And at the elite levels, that's all they care about. They could care less about the mobility. I got guys that they can't move at all, but they want this surface coverage. They want it to be big, and that's one thing that, you know, you can put this on and in a jersey, you're gonna look minuscule on it. There is actually a construction difference that allows for actual knee roll performance. You could feel those bulges in there. Those are actual knee rolls. And what those do is that gives you that torsional flex. So the pad will actually kind of move internally along your knee, and you want it to funnel into the pocket. And you can see on this glove how everything rolls right into that pocket. There's been so many times this year in men's league that I'm in net and I'm fighting through a screen, I don't even see the puck, and I'm like, where's it at? And it's actually in the glove because it just hit a part of this and shot right there in that huge massive double T pocket, and it sticks. This whole knee cradle was done really well. Rio did a good job. You can see it's almost like a U shape, and it's really open. It's not real squared off, so that allows that thigh guard to move around a lot better. They have similar finger protection. This has this piece right here that's removable. You have another removable calf pillow here. And then you can see our product. The arms are just as flexible. You're just as protective. It's lighter weight. The whole engineering of this glove, there's no afterthoughts on it. Everything really seeps right into the pocket. It's very easy to catch with. I go, you got guys making your gear in China. They don't know if they're making your goalie glove or if they're making the new Air Jordan shoe. They really don't know what they're making. We have guys like Mark that, you know, are elite junior hockey players. He's been doing it since he knew how to talk pretty much. And I mean, he's doing every single pad. We have Sean, who you saw in the video, lacing every single glove. The same glove for Halak, he's lacing for you. The pro palm on both sides of the break. So, you know, with pro goalies, I mean, you could deal with it, the Swiss guys deal with it, you guys, the Germans, you all deal with it. Guys want a beefy palm because they don't want to get hurt. So many players are scared of stingers, and the biggest proof of that is Halak. I mean, I used to bring the old Halak gloves to the shows and to this kind of stuff. You couldn't close it. I mean, I'm a pretty strong guy. I can't even budge the thing. So I know he can't close it because he's a pretty weak guy compared to me. So he was in this glove that was impossible to close, everything else. He's in this stock glove now. We had no extra protection, and he feels safer in this thing than he does in the old gloves. So they go like this now, and when a puck hits this, it's gonna pop right back out, and that's not what you want. You want it, if you want it to hit and die, or you want it to go in the corner a bit. So with our blockers, you're gonna see they're always seamless, or this is actually in front of the sidewall. So that makes a difference. You can see the difference there. You know, with our materials, that's why we develop with the air knits, the ripstop nylons. These materials wick away the water. They stay lighter. That's why we went away from the old nylons that you've seen on traditional chest protectors. What Ben did was he added this on the new glove as well, is this floating cuff. So you see, I can crank this glove as tight as I want, and I like my glove really tight on me, yet I have full 360-degree motion. And in college, they only get one set of pads a year. So I thought it was a test to our quality that, you know, all these Vaughn guys and everything, they were having bad playoffs, didn't make the national championship. These teams were out of nowhere. And Kenny and Hunwick, I mean, Hunwick made like 65 saves against North Dakota the night before. Do you want your pad to perform its very best those first few practices when you get it? Or do you want it to perform when it matters most in the national championship game at the end of the season? Why would you want your pad to be 2 inches smaller when the games really count? Because we used to get it all the time. Do you think I should get a pro palm or a practice palm, or do you think I'll be ready or fine with the game ready? And now you don't have to do that. You simply say, listen, this has a pro palm. It has a protection that every NHL guy that wears Brian's uses. They don't add anything else. This is the glove they use, stock. There's no changes on it whatsoever. You can see how this flares open, and it allows for no binding. I mean, kids, they buy a new chest protector, and then they try to put their gloves on, and it's too long. They can't even get their gloves on. So this allows for that openness that they can get in there, and it allows for that mobility so they can move their hands. You know, another big difference on ours is we have this flap, so the goalie, I mean, how many times are you hunching down? So this is ideally for the goalies that don't tuck in. We could also sew this down. A lot of guys custom order it with it sewn down. The 4-finger protection and everything else is really solid on both blockers. You'll see on other blockers, competitors, it's simply like the fingers are continually exposed here. You'll see it open here. Ours are all covered. You can see that, and you can see this. The silver lining runs through the fingers, and you know, so many kids, like I used to get it all the time, was like bacteria, like I get some weird looking stuff, I don't know, now I get it in different places, but that's another story. It's nasty, and with the G-Netik gloves, you don't get that because, you know, it eats the bacteria. It kills 99.9% of it. It's laced in, so I'm able to put the medium arms on. I'm allowed to lift it up higher so it brings it up a bit. Those are adjustabilities that we have. Is it's not sewn in, it's laced in. So on all of ours, you can always modify it, tweak the arms, and raise it. So it's a nice added feature. I mean, it's unbelievable the attention to detail these guys have, and you know how every pad is so consistent.